Alrighty, coming to the second to last week here in November. It's been a warm couple of days following a cold snap. Let's talk Alabama weekend and week ahead weather, starting with this is the latest drought monitor. This was surveyed on Tuesday, so the 11th. They release this every Thursday throughout the year, and really no change. In fact, there's literally no change in the map unless there's an outage there. Worst drought continues to be in Hale and Marengo counties. But we're dry everywhere. This is a look at soil moisture, and this is taking the top layer of the soil, so the top quarter inch, literally what we walk on, and this has a big impact on our temperatures. Without moisture, we see bigger swings from low to high. When there's water present in the air, we both retain heat levels at night and we absorb them during the day so that our numbers don't swing as much. You get to an arid climate and you'll see a bigger difference between overnight temperatures and afternoons because drier air heats and cools more readily, and that's what's leading to these big temperature swings of 30 plus degrees statewide. So with that in mind, our model guidance has been off on our highs and lows the last couple of days here, really Wednesday, Thursday, and then even here on Friday. Our highs on Saturday for the Alabama weekend will be in the upper 70s, northern half of the state, low 80s, I think, in central and southern Alabama. Our overnight lows are going to go up as well, but they've still been beneath all model guidance. And so I expect 40s in several spots on Sunday morning, 50s south of US 80, a general warming trend for those overnight temperatures. And then Sunday into Monday, some troughing across the Tennessee Valley could lead to some cooler air in North Alabama. Warmer air remains to the south. So this is a look at the week ahead. How strong does this ridge get? What will we see? I love the upper air look. This gives us a great view, a great vantage point into what's happening. So the jet stream divides that polar air to the north and the tropical air, or the warmer air, I should say, to the south. It's a warmer air mass. It's a division of air masses. And where you're seeing these big troughs, those are where our weather systems usually are. So you'll see these surface lows and frontal systems form based off of where this jet stream is located, and oftentimes the systems itself will track in the same direction as the jet stream, just to the south. So this is a look at midweek. What do you have across the southeast in Alabama? A huge ridge, a strong ridge, and this is going to promote warmer temperatures and dry conditions. As we head towards the end of the week, this is Thursday, the 20th, and we are looking at ridging across the eastern U.S. from the Ohio Valley down to the Gulf Coast. Once again, warm temperatures. You're going to see southwesterly winds, so that's going to usher in or start to bring back some atmospheric moisture to Alabama in the southeast. A potent trough coming out of the Four Corners region, southwest Texas, will eject across the middle of the country over the Missouri Ozarks, parts of Arkansas. But notice this little shortwave there, a little kink in the jet stream. It starts to lift further north. We're still probably going to have our best rain chance statewide on Friday, but we're going to likely have the better dynamics. In fact, the best dynamics will be well to the north of here, so that kind of tells me right off the bat, unless the shift, severe weather is not likely. And then notice we never actually get in the cold side, into that colder air mass. We're still kind of zonal in between, so we'll get a bit cooler, more seasonal, but the cold air, winter has no sign of returning, and so this will probably mean at or slightly above average temperatures through the forecast period into next weekend and perhaps the week of Thanksgiving. So how does the surface look in comparison? Remember, on Thursday, there was that trough aloft coming out of southwest Texas. This would be rain out ahead of that. This is coming off of the GFS. And we look at Friday morning, it's got that rain across Arkansas, Louisiana. Moving into Alabama, perhaps Friday night into Saturday, and that could mean spotty showers. But notice the coverage, the intensity, everything begins to kind of dissipate. I think our window sometime very late Thursday through Saturday afternoon, and that will narrow as we get closer. We'll be able to also identify intensity. Again, same deal Thursday. We're looking at bulk of the rain out ahead of it. The solution timing for the European model is a bit faster. Has it coming in here as early as Friday morning into the afternoon, and it has a much better, more widespread line of rain and perhaps some thunderstorms. But again, the trend with all models is a dissipating factor, a weakening factor, as that upper level support, dynamic support, shifts further away, and will probably lead to overall a lack of coverage the further along the system goes. So no, I don't think severe weather's in the cards with this system. I don't think we'll have a ton of rain with it either. Of course, there's always time for that to change. This is a look at the average rain for the next 7 days, and you can see most of the state is less than an inch, except up in, say, Limestone, Lauderdale counties, extreme northern Alabama. Everywhere else, less than a half an inch over the next 7 days, which would take us through the week. So some rain, not beneficial statewide, or certainly not drought breaking. And with us staying dry again, the look at our temperature outlooks with the going weather pattern here for the next 8 to 14 days. This takes us through the week of Thanksgiving, so suggesting that warm temperatures will be had all across the eastern United States. So that kind of in summary is what we're looking at here moving forward. And again, all subject to change, but next week's interesting. We could approach record highs in a few spots middle of the week, and then by the end of the week, we'll keep an eye on that trough, what happens, what's going to move through, and plenty to watch. So enjoy the Alabama weekend. It looks fantastic. Football weather looks fantastic. And again, if you like warm air, we got you covered here this week. Meteorologist Evan Chigbera, you guys have a great rest of your day.